Hey, soul survivors, we're going to talk about what the narcissist finds sexy. So, in the beginning, it's pretty standard. They like the excitement of it all. But over time, the narcissist starts to like little challenges. They like to see what they can get you to do, and they will often manipulate you into doing things that you're not comfortable with. And you start to fear that you're going to lose them if you don't do certain things. They have such a way of using certain words, tactics, triangulation, little things like that, that you feel obligated to go against what you believe. They also get a kick out of how upset that you get over certain things. That's a turn on to them, that you are crying and showing them how much you love them or miss them or need them, that it's way for them to feel loved is when you are upset. That's why they upset you to feel love. Uh, and it's a horrifying experience when you're like, look, I made you dinner, or I cleaned the house, or I made these reservations, or whatever it is that you did, um, that they will tear it apart because, and this is more the covert, the overt will expect it. And if you don't perform to the utmost, that they will see you as kind of worthless in a sense, or not fulfilling their needs. They don't care about your needs as long as their needs are being met. So they like the forbidden fruit, they like the thrill of the chase. And once the chase is over, they can't deal with boredom. So when they get bored, they cause problems, or they might seek outside validation, and it leaves you unsettled. You're like, I did everything. It starts changing your self-esteem because you're like, I kind of didn't feel comfortable doing that. And I did it because I love the person. I'm not getting the love back. We sacrifice so much of ourselves. And this is where it gets toxic for us, is we are doing above and beyond because we love this person, and it's never good enough. And we are human, we have limitations. The narcissist will often leave us if we get sick, but we would be there for them. It's not an equal match. And that can be really hurtful when you do everything possible within your strength to make somebody else happy. And when we are in these relationships, it's like that slow boil of that frog in that hot water to the death, that we don't see it. There's little micro things, or sometimes the big whammy, we find out that they were cheating. But a lot of times those micro traumas will lead to CPTSD. And as we get knocked down, we just need that validation or reassurance. And there's nothing wrong with needing that. I know a lot of times, we shouldn't cause somebody else to be responsible for our emotions. But when somebody causes trauma, they are the cause of it. And we seek healing from what was causing. If you got a big heavy thing on your arm, that's what you focus on. Take the heavy thing off your arm and you're not in pain. So you focus on what is causing the pain. And over time, we don't get the validation we need, and we become needy. And the narcissist doesn't like that because it reminds them when they were in a state of need and they didn't have their feelings validated. So they start to turn us as into the issues for their trauma that we didn't cause. They are causing their trauma onto us. And unless they heal that, they won't see what they are doing. They will not see it. So if you're worried about the new supply, if your narcissist has not self-reflected, like, whoa, I shouldn't do that, or this is a pattern that I have brought to all my relationships, the narcissist likes to start over, a fresh start. And, just like moving, if you were to move to a whole new place right now, a fresh start, you're still going to carry your pain with you. The narcissist has this lifelong pain, and it seems like they're living the best life. We get jealous. Like, why do they get this great new relationship? And it's just a matter of time. It's going to be a pattern that repeats itself because the narcissist needs to break that cycle. And you see children as they get older, they go through certain stages, and the narcissist is trying so hard to finish that stage into adulthood. You got a lot of teenagers that can be really bratty, can be risk takers, or push the limits. That's part of growing up. Learning the boundaries, learning what you can and can't do. And that's why they play games. That's why they lie. That's why they, like teenagers, lie, because they want to do what they want to do. Narcissist wants to do what they want to do. But as you get older, you realize how society needs to be, or relationships need to be, so we can all get along. We're all different. But the narcissists, many of them cannot compromise. Many of them see things more negative, and we see things more positive. So when you try to discuss things and you're like, hey, if we just do this, they take it as a personal attack. And it's a never-ending cycle. So if somebody is willing to change or hear you out, that's a different story. But when they do the future faking, when they triangulate, when they gaslight, it is so unstable that it causes brain damage in you. Like, this is some serious stuff. And the most dangerous time is if you're leaving the narcissist. So plan ahead. But staying in an abusive relationship usually does not get better. There can be hope if they try, if they understand what is going on. But as a teacher, and you're trying to talk to an 8-year-old and give them logic, like, this is what's up, they're like, what? Or they keep coming back, but, and they don't absorb what you were trying to say. A lot of times we say the right things. They're just not at the emotional state to receive it. They are in a childlike state. And I see it with the kids. I love them at school, but some of them are really hard to get through to. Or they just nod their head and they're like, oh, they don't know what's going on. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. And they're like, oh, or they forget it 2 minutes later. Like, you guys can get along, you can be friends and apologize to each other and get along. And they just go right back to doing the same thing. And that's what it's like with a narcissist. So protect yourself. There's so much psychology to how people act. And understanding as much about psychology, as much about yourself, and how childhood traumas, or even now, if you're in the adult stage, where now you've gotten CPTSD or depression, anxiety from being with a narcissist, it takes time to heal. But don't give up on yourself and reflect on it. It is a life lesson. Were we too giving? Did we give to the wrong people? It's okay to give. Just like I would die for somebody, but I'm not going to die so they laugh at me and tell me I was a stupid idiot. Like, that was really dumb. You want to be appreciated, that your life matters too, that you're not some sacrificial lamb, that you're a beautiful human who deserves love. And a lot of us want to save people, but certain people can't be saved. It's kind of like be a triage nurse. Decide, is this relationship worth saving or is it hopeless? And that's a tough call. That is a tough call. But we can't save everybody. You know, you could try to save somebody if you were a triage nurse, but they're not going to take the medication. And you could have saved somebody else. But save yourself first. And realize that what you went through hurt. Wasn't right. But it might lead to the best relationship possible. To where now you spot the red flags and not waste time on the wrong people. So in the rumination stage, we get stuck in that. But if you can break free from that, and you do that by loving yourself, realizing, you know, that you deserve a clean place. And when you aren't hoarding things or letting things go, that it'll be fulfilling to you. Make your bed every day. That's a challenge accomplished. Shower. Connect with friends. Try not to cancel on people because they are trying to invest in you. And live in the moment. A lot of times we either dissociate or we're talking to people, but our minds are running a mile a minute, that we have to like, whoa, I got to focus on what they're saying. Don't get wrapped up too much in social media to where you're just doom scrolling. It's okay to get information through my channel or other people. Information will help us. It will help us. But pay attention to what you're watching. The way they've changed like TikTok and YouTube, and you know, you're sitting there trying to get certain information, but then it goes to like silly little cooking shows and this and that. And is it what you wanted to watch? So watch what you need to, but don't get caught up in the wrong things. Take time for yourself. I know I've been going to the beach a lot. I go by myself, but I enjoy just resetting that vagus nerve and feeling the water and the warmth of the sun and feeling the breeze. That it's okay. Date yourself. And, you know, don't wait for a special occasion to dress up. Look the best you can. Date yourself. And that's when people see that you take pride in yourself. And they see that as valuable. Set your boundaries. That's how people see the value. So I know it's hard. But once you start to heal, it feels awkward for a while, but then it feels amazing. Let me know if there's anything that you guys would like to talk about. I'll make special videos for you guys. I do have one-on-ones available. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.